Hello, my peeps. Um, Dwayne coming at you. I want to talk about what we've been dealing with energetically and spiritually. There's been some interesting things going on. Some negative entities and negative spirits we've been dealing with lately. Um, I wanted to go over what you should do to make yourself feel better. Um, Start with sage. Sage can cleanse you, can heal you. It can cleanse your home of negative spirits, energies, and just negativity altogether. You'll be feeling better. You'll feel more light. You'll feel healed. Um, those of you that feel nauseous after you eat food, it's best. I mean, I know that many people say this time and time again. You know, pray, 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 pray. But what I think you should do is pray and then wait for a response. So you know it actually happened rather than just praying and assuming that you're good to go. And you can use a response, be like you can channel God or channel your higher selves. And you can have them like make a twitch with your right hand or relax your hand and then say, if this is the way it should be, or if this is okay and it's going to happen, give me a sign. And that sign can be a twitch with your hand, a line with your finger. Those of you that see through the veil and your eyes are on and your third eye is on, whatever, you can see that way too. So there's many different avenues to learning and understanding prayer. Um, Prayer is always going to be there for you. You are literally a piece of creation, co-creating yourself. Always remember that. Your consciousness you co-create through experience of existence. For every experience you have, every thought, every idea, every dream, everything that comes to you through your life, co-creates new doorways of experience from those things. And being interested in those things and learning about those things and experiencing things with those ideas and dreams and wonders and things that have come to you, you open those doors and then you begin to experience things from that idea or that dream or that thing that has been brought to you. That experience co-creates a unique consciousness that is only unique to yourself. You're going to be the only person that's going to think the way they do about that specific thing. You might have the same thought as another, but the idea, style, how you feel in that very moment, and thought is all together in one thing when you're experiencing said thing, co creating a specific consciousness of that thing, right? And so your life, think of your life as like a massive, huge hallway, right? And throughout the hallway, you have a doorway here, a doorway there, a doorway here. And each doorway is an experience to co create that current consciousness. And you being such a unique drop of creation made by God, right? God has made you the best of the best of the best of the best, the most awesome, awesome being that you could ever dream of. Always remember that. Always remember how great of a being you are. Always remember that when you get through these experiences, you are building yourself. You're creating a better you. And even if that experience is something you disagree with, that's okay. You disagree with it, you back out of it, get back in your hallway and co create current consciousness. Um, so don't let those things get to you. Don't let anyone control you. Don't let the experience control you. You control it. So always remember that your consciousness you co create through experience of existence, completely unique to yourself, right? So always keep that in mind. Don't let anyone tell you, well, if I didn't bring you here, you wouldn't have experienced said thing. That's true, but at the same time, it's not true. You could have found another avenue to that experience. That experience could have been brought to you. You could have lived your whole life, and at the end, You looked into something that looked a little interesting to you. There's so many avenues, there's so many crazy, crazy, crazy ways of thinking and experiencing said reality, co-creating that consciousness. It's always going to be unique to you because you're the only one that is going to live, feel, think, experience, and understand that thing the way you do. So always remember all those things. I just wanted to point that out. Um, Also, those of you that are having issues with negative consciousness that's bothering you, imagine a golden sphere around your body, right? That golden sphere is your consciousness. That's your specific consciousness. That is only your consciousness. It is obviously called the sphere of consciousness, but there's no one else's around you bothering you, right? You don't got to worry about someone having negative consciousness and bothering your mental body or spiritual body. Your consciousness is going to be there for you and going to take care of you and love you and point you in the right direction and not cause any negativity. And so, because your consciousness knows you like the back of their hand, just like you know it through the back of your hand, like that's you. That's the piece of you that you have made through those experiences. No one else did. So that consciousness is for you, right? So keep that in mind and understand that. Don't let other consciousness bother you or control you because you're more than that. You're better than that. Um, Also, um, as well as creating your sphere of consciousness and keeping that firm, you want to make sure you control that. If you start to feel awkward or weird, push out your consciousness, push out that sphere. Keep that thing solid, not literally, but in density, strong. You know, you're in control of that. That is your consciousness. So anyway, other than keeping your consciousness sphere strong, and keeping that old lower consciousness, or maybe your neighbor has been through hell and back, whatever's going on, keep yourself safe, calm, and strong, right? Um, when opening your third eye, it's important that first you need a candle. Second, I want you to have the candle, hold it up to your face, or if you can, the best way to do is go to a table, set the candle down on the table, light the candle, and then where the tip of the flame meets the atmosphere, there'd be a little gap. Stare at that gap. Stare at that gap like no other. And just keep looking at it. Don't give up. Don't try not to blink that much, but if you do, it's okay. Just keep your eyes on that space as much as you possibly can. And then over time, you can use, and then, okay, so over time, you'll be able to close your eyes and you'll see, and like almost ingrained in your mind's eye. You'll be able to see it with your mind's eye, and you can see the flame, and then that flame then becomes your portal. Open that portal. Flex your third eye. Opening that portal, going through that 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 wormhole almost. You go through the wormhole to get it going, right? And you'll be in the you'll be in the sea of stars. That's the best way to put it. You're not actually in space, right? Or you can call it a starfield. Sea of stars, starfield, same thing. Go through. Once you're in the starfield, think to yourself, or you can do it on your own. Think to yourself, higher selves, will you please guide me to the best and most gracious experience that I could ever ask for? then they will take you to another wormhole that will send you up, right? It will send you up, straight up, right? And go up to the highest place that you can be, where you're going to be happy, where you're going to be strong, where you're going to be safe, where you're going to be calm, where all that negative crap is gone. And it's just you, God, maybe some angels, just a good place to be. Above the water, above the consciousness that drags you down. And your higher selves are going to love to do this because do good, get good. And when it comes to your lower self, that's your kid. You know what I mean? That's like your little man. That's your little daughter. That's someone you're supposed to care for, take care of, and point in the right direction so they're not lost. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just, oh, you know what? I don't care. They've made bad mistakes, man. I don't give a shit about this kid. No, they're supposed to stand by you. They're supposed to point you in the right direction and take you to a good place because that's what you deserve. You deserve the best experience and the best place spiritually. So that way it's a good thing. It's a safe place. It's no anxiety, no fear, none of that lower crap or that lower control mechanisms. You don't want those lower control mechanisms. That's what they are. They're energetic control mechanisms. And that's what they're using against you, right? They're gonna pinpoint your lowest values. They're gonna pinpoint your lowest points in your consciousness and then attack it, right? And when they attack it, that brings fear in you. That makes you turn the other way and not want to be a part of spirituality, which then co-creates the stability of you not wanting to wake up spiritually. They don't want you to wake up. They don't want this. They don't even want me. No, they don't want this, but that's okay. That's okay. You screw those dudes. Keep moving forward. Believe in your higher selves. Believe in God, the God, Christ Father God, right? And Jesus Christ and Allah, if you believe in Allah. I'm just saying they're all there waiting for us. They're there to guide us, to love us, to point us in a direction where we don't have any fear or sadness or anger or, those dark negative mechanisms need to be broken. They need to be broken and destroyed and thrown away because we don't need that shit. We are great beings. We are one of the best beings. We are humans. We are more than that. We're like badass spiritual beings that nothing can tear down. I mean, no one, nothing in the whole universe. Nobody's got shit on us. Earth is not just a rock. It's not just a planet. It's a home. And that home is more than just us hanging out. We are special beings chosen throughout the universe. Earth is one of the toughest planets that you could be on. Earth is one of the most intense planets you can be on. Only the best of the best of the best of the best is going to reincarnate and be born on Earth. Not just some Joe Schmo, not a lower spirit, not some negative dancy wancy dudes from the lower realms, not some freaking dark shadow dudes from fucking, excuse my language, from the underworld. None of that shit is going to be here because we are here. Okay, they don't want us here. They're afraid of us. We reflect and flux that energy. We push that white light out like it's nobody's business. And they don't like it. They hate it. They don't like that we do that for the planet. Is natural. We don't even have to try. Like, you could just be walking down the street and you're reflecting like back at those dudes. If they're trying to attack you, it's going to bounce off of you and hit them. And it's not just going to be a reflection of their torture or pain or suffering that you're trying to bring to you, it's going to be an awakening. That reflection is going to tell them, holy crap, this being is an awesome being. This being is sacred. This being is a sacred being of light. This being is above and beyond more than you could ever imagine. We are not just Joe Schmoes. We are the best of the best of the best of the best from across the entire cosmos on this planet. That's why the planet's not that big. This planet was designed to be this small, so that way they can't put a bunch of great beings on this planet because we're the selected beings for this planet. We are to the T the best of the best of the best of the best. And they're not going to have a lot of the best of the best. They're going to have a specific few for the best of the best. We're not going to create lower beings. We're going to create higher beings. And those of you that are in lower places, like some of you are in the projects, some of you are even, living on the street. Those low times and those low places, you're meant to be there to reflect the evil shit and destroy it with light naturally. And when you do that, that's just, you're helping the planet. You're doing your job, and you don't gotta freaking try. You don't gotta fight. You don't gotta knock on the door. You just gotta let it be. And you're gonna do your job automatically because that's what you're designed to do. Right? You are designed to fight back. You're designed to co-create a higher existence. So keep that in mind. Don't sit there and be like, man, God doesn't love me. I'm in the lowest shithole ever. And, no one cares about me. No one's putting me in a good place. Why didn't they do good things for me? No, they're doing good things for you. You're making great things happen and you just don't know it. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, because the sooner you wake up and realize that you are one of the best of the best of the best of the best, the better. Then you can walk outside no matter where you are. Even if you're sleeping in a tent, you're going to stand outside and say, yeah, I know who I am, and I know what I'm doing, and I know how great of a being I really am. So keep that in mind. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. You keep fighting. That's the knocking on the door. Because if you wake up every morning and you're fighting your day-to-day bullshit, there are spirits and beings and negative stuff around you that see you doing this. And they're grateful because they know, in a way, that you are one of the greatest. The other people on the other planets, the other beings on the other planets, they don't face the things we face. They don't deal with what we deal with. And we're strong. We are great, strong beings. So always keep that in mind, my family. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. You keep fighting. Bang that door down until it doesn't have no hinges. You keep fighting. But naturally, you're automatically doing this until you wake up. Then it's like automatic, but at the same time, you can put a little oomph into it and break down the door if you wanted to. You can show these beings, these things, these entities, this lower consciousness, this stupid matrix construct that's just trying to bring us down and lock us into a place that we don't want. We got to break that thing and say, look, we're going to make it our way. We're going to make it our way. We're going to make it good. We're going to make it good. We're going to make it heaven. That's what the idea is. One day, this earth will be heavenized and it will be heavenly for everyone. There'll be no more high, middle, low class bullshit. It'll be straight up paradise on earth. And we're going to get back our planet when it comes to global warming. That's being fixed right now. I mean, think about it. You got Elon Musk punching out electric cars left and right. I mean, everybody's punching out electric cars, which is great. That's awesome. But, I mean, if we can get enough of that, We can create a better planet one has less, smog and gases in the air that is causing this greenhouse effect, which makes the global warming shoot up. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So the more electric cars, the better. But at the same time, I want us to be able to co-create free electricity, like we did way back in the day. You know, there's a lot of different things you could use to obtain energy, like crystals, for instance. And if we wake up in the future and we are higher beings with higher consciousness, and we all see and we wake up, we can create a higher technology with crystals. I mean, they're already working on it in Japan. They're already working on little crystalline microchips. The thing is, with crystals, it's such a high vibrational frequency. The higher the vibration, the more information you can send to it in power, which means we could, give electricity to a whole city with just a small amount of crystals bound together correctly. They're better than batteries. You know what I mean? They're better than that nasty liquid. They're better than don't. They're better than all that stuff. They're just. If we could find a way to gather electricity, that's just not. I mean, better than the sun. The sun panels, better than the star panels, better than if we could use crystals and maybe them in tandem, that'd be cool. But we gotta wake up. We gotta get to that point. We gotta learn more about these things and higher vibrational frequencies and a higher vibrational creation, and see where we can go with that. So I know I actually I had a piece of selenite and I set it next to my cell phone and I wasn't thinking anything of it. I knew that there was energies, but I didn't think that it could cause anything. This was a long time ago. And I come back to my cell phone after like a day and a half, 2 days of it just sitting there. And I grab my phone and the whole thing is destroyed. Like, I don't mean cracked screen. I mean like electronically, it was shot. It was like overly charged and just poop. Broke. Not exploded, but inside it looked like it literally exploded with energy. Selenite. Selenite overpowered my phone and killed it. If we can do that with just free flowing selenite energy by just sitting next to it, we could harness that energy, use that energy to power things. Duh. And it's a higher vibration. It won't feel so icky. And you'll be able to send more information through that. We'll be able to create higher things with technology that actually feels good, doesn't have a lower vibration, and makes us happier. And we can way faster load times. I mean, could you imagine? Holy crap! It'd be like instant. We already almost to instant, but I'm just saying, like if we bumped it up that way and we bumped it up with crystals and harness that power, because that power does exist. I mean, that was obvious to me. I wasn't tripping. I wasn't seeing something. I wasn't, hallucinating. I don't do drugs or drink. So it went through the freaking roof to see that happen. And I'm just like, wow. If selenite can do this, then what are the other crystals capable of? And can we harness that energy? So, I mean, we need to keep that in mind. We gotta continue growing up. We're still kids. You know what I mean? We're still kids playing in the dirt with our friends, making mud pies. You know what I mean? I want to stop making mud pies and start making Cadillacs. You know what I mean? Like I want to stop making Cadillacs and start making supercomputers. I'm ready to go up like no other. And I think we can break the freaking brakes off this joint and make it more than we could ever dream of, and our technology be greater than more we can ever dream of. So Just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, because we will be getting somewhere if we just put in effort. Put in the effort, don't give up, fight to the very end, and don't be afraid. Fuck those guys. Fuck the guys, excuse my language, but like, screw the people and spirits and entities and matrix holders. They're trying to control, and I don't want us to be controlled. I want us to be free. And some of them are good, some of them are bad. I mean, I think that some of these controlling beings, I think, I don't know. I think there's good ones, but I think there's also those that are corrupt and that are trying to go in the other direction. I just hope that the ones that are good stand up with us and blast those other guys and say, look, man, either you turn around and start doing good things for everybody, or you can leave because we don't want you here. So, anyway, I had good dream time. I had another decent dream. It was just seeing a friend though. Well, like I see, sometimes I can be in dream time with other people. Sometimes they remember the dream time with me. So, like, pay attention to your dreams because your dreams are very important. And when you're in your dream time, you could be having dream time with your favorite YouTuber. You could be having dream time with your girlfriend. You could be having dream time with your best friend. Like, it can happen because we are all connected in a specific, intricate matter that's just right. So, anyway, I guess that's all I have to say today. Much love. Don't give up on anyone, including yourself. Because remember, if you can't help you, you can't help everyone else. You come first. And I know you're like, oh, no, that's being selfish. It's not being selfish because you're fixing you to fix others. You know what I mean? So, um, always keep that understood within you. Like, you got to fix you first before you fix everyone else. Because if you're not good to go and you're not taken care of and pointing in the right direction, you're not going to be able to help others point in the right direction. So, much love. Have a magnificent day. God bless. And much, yeah, be free because it comes within you. Peace.